More snow and sleet set to keep Britain in a deep freeze. But does this mean a big chill for the UK economy and markets? Let's find out now from Alistair McCaig. He's market analyst at IG. Well, Alistair, we're hearing reports it costs £1 billion or £1 billion plus a day with all the snow and disruption and work chaos, etc. Not a particularly attractive image for the UK to send abroad.
No, true. I think there is two aspects when we talk about the UK and certainly the UK markets. As far as the UK economy is concerned, yes, it will obviously throw a lot of disruption as far as the retail sector is concerned and just a distribution network as well. And that obviously will cause chaos. And back in 2010, it was around about £1 billion. So you would imagine that figure will have crept slightly higher in the last 2 or so years. But as far as the markets are concerned, it should be remembered that the FTSE 100 is pretty much a global market these days. And most of the companies that have their dealings have dealings overseas, so it really is a global aspect, and so much so that as far as bad weather in the UK is concerned, it shouldn't really make too much of a dent to the FTSE.
So the FTSE, relative to, say, its peers such as the CAC in France or the DAX in Germany, things like this, assuming it's only kept a few days or a week or so, shouldn't have a real impact?
No, I mean, you look at the FTSE and you compare it to the CAC and the DAX, it's obviously a much larger index. We've got over 100 equities in our index and they've got 30 or so. So it really is a much broader picture you get, and it is much more of an international flavour you get with the UK markets.
OK, but that said, I mean, images of all these BA planes grounded at Heathrow, and it costs BA millions, if not tens of millions of pounds a day, that can't be too good if you're an airline investor.
Yes, I mean, I think airlines do factor in that they are going to have issues in regards to out with their parameters that they can naturally plan towards or handle. So weather does fall into that. Obviously, a couple of years ago, we had the likes of the Iceland cloud cover from that volcano disruption. So they do, to a certain extent, plan for these sort of occasions when flights will be disrupted. Having said that, when we look at IAG Group, International Airline Group, there's a couple of things. I think from a technical point of view, they broke through their sort of 2012 March highs, which does pave the way for them having a sort of tackle higher, maybe up to that sort of 280 level. However, that fundamentally the Iberian section of IAG is still going to cause them problems. And Iberian section is a couple of years behind in the sort of cycle as to where British Airways was. They still have issues with staff reductions that they need to tackle and strikes that'll come into the equation on that. So they've got some pretty big issues out with the weather as well.
OK, and finally, just to finish up, briefly if you can, what's your outlook for sterling?
Well, as far as sterling's concerned, I think the retail sales figures really did knock the markets, and it paves the way to the greater chance for a triple-dip recession as far as the UK economy is concerned. We broke through that 160 level. We've broken through a 200-day moving average on the downside, and I think if we break November 2012's support about 158.30, it does look a little bit pessimistic. OK, Alistair, thanks very much, and stay warm. My thanks there to Alistair McCaig. Well, staying with airlines, Air France KLM is up almost 5% thanks to target price upgrades today from 2 brokers. Nomura raised their call to €8.25 from €6.50, and Credit Suisse up theirs to €8.75 from €3.55. These 2 banks also raising Lufthansa's share price target. Nomura up to €18.60 and Credit Suisse up to €18.05. Lufthansa shares today up more than 2.5%. Greek banks not faring quite so well, though, as concerns over the strength or not of their capital position continues to unnerve investors. The broad index of Greek financials down 7% today, touching a fresh 6-month low. That's it from me. Join us at the same time tomorrow to find out what's moving on markets and why. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.